All right, we're gonna get the open. Just give us a second. Maybe. Hold on. Technology. Okay, Angie and I were just literally talking about technology just a minute ago. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it has a mind of its own. Anyway, so Denise will not be here tonight because you know what? She's making memories with her son, some nice Christmas memories. So, and if anyone is not surprised, Chris is a little late.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Aaron.
So yeah, so what we wanted to talk about today, hey there, Aaron, is holiday tips and then the gratitude that goes along with them. Okay. So you know what? We've all had some really great Christmas tips. We've all had some crappy Christmas tips. Okay. And we've had nothing at all. We just said, you know what? Happy holidays. See you around. If that. All right. So, Angie, ex- I'm going to go. I'm going to start with you first. Well, because you're the only one here right now. All right. So you have a habit. So we want to talk about the holiday tips and expressing gratitude for them. Okay. So tell us what you do.
All right. So I make a list of every customer that gives me any baked goods, any gift, or any tip over $20. And every single person gets a handwritten thank you card. Every single one. And they get mailed out. I try to do them. I generally do them on Sundays. Because when I get home from work, I'm kind of tired and I'm just kind of like, ugh. And plus, I have other stuff I have to do before. So I do them on Sunday when I'm awake and I'm fresh and I can devote the brain power to actually letting them know how much I appreciate their gift. And so my young groomer, Ashley, she is, she does the same thing. Um, because, the first year that she came, I was at the desk writing them out. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, writing out thank you cards. And she's like, "Well, you said thank you." And I was like, "Yeah, but I want them to know I actually appreciate it." So that rates more than just a thanks. And so she writes out thank you cards to every single customer that does the same thing.
All right. So what is that? What has that netted you over the years?
Holy cow. Okay. So, um, working with others that don't write thank you cards over the years, I, on average, have gotten 2 to 3 times as many large tips, Christmas gifts, cookies, candy, fruit baskets, edible arrangements, and they don't. And sometimes from the same owner, where I groom the cat and they groom the dog, I'll get $100 tip in a card, and they don't get anything.
All right. So that's a really good point to make
So,
about
but a lot
expressing.
of them have said, "You're the only thank you card I got for the whole Christmas season. You're the only one. Even from my grandkids, I didn't get one, but I got one from you, and I get one from you every single year."
Okay. So okay, the point being there is that um, expressing gratitude. That there's like this. God, I forget what they call it. It's closing the loop. Whatever there's a term for it. Okay. So when then somebody does something for you, they're giving, and then you have to close the loop so that it's complete. Otherwise, you just kind of leave people hanging. An example like of something else would be like, for example, I would say to Angie, "Hey Angie, I like that watch you're wearing."
Thank you.
All right, that's closing that is closing the loop. It's acknowledgement. All right. So being
It is a cool band too.
It is. I got a really cool band here too.
I like that.
There we go. And are you surprised it's crystals?
No,
Got that from Etsy.
I'm gonna have to go on Etsy later.
Oh, here's the problem. Here is the problem with Etsy. Okay. You can spend a lot of money there. So in case anyone's noticing here, look at that. I got a nice crystal tiara, and I got that from Chris, who's not here yet. Okay. And she got me a second one, which is sitting in my bathroom. And I would walk over and get that. However, Pooh Bear is on my lap, and then that would mean I would have to disturb him. So for the next live stream, I'll wear the other one. Okay. I like this one. It's like really fancy. And the other one is like more day to day. Chris is telling me, he says, I could see you going to the supermarket with the other one. And I'm like, you're probably right.
That's awesome. I love it.
Anyway, the only issue with this one is that it is a little top heavy. So no dipping of the head.
That's tricky.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out either to push the crystals down a little bit so it's a little bit more even, or figure out to put like so if anyone's got any ideas, I am like
bobby pins, maybe?
No, see that's
too
here.
thick.
Yes, I think it's too thick to put bobby pins on it. So I will have to maybe like a band on the back of it. I'll have to figure it out. All right. But we got some pretty smart people on here, so maybe they'll come up with a suggestion and send me like a link to something. You mean this, Mary? And I go, yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
I bet Erin will know just the thing.
I'm pretty sure Erin might be one of the ones. Oh, Erin is watching on YouTube. Hey.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll bet money that Erin would be like, oh, you need a whatever.
You need this thing. And I'll be like, okay, as long as I got a link, I will go buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So getting back to the topic on hand, which is holidays, tips, and gratitude. All right. So what would you say? And I would really love to hear some of the really great, not only the great tips. Okay. This is what the tiara looks here. All right. If you could see, like I said, it is really top heavy. So if I dip my head, oops, just like that, it'll fall over.
So some of the best ones I've ever gotten.
And I would also like to hear some of the worst ones because.
Okay. So I got a used candle from the dollar store. There's that one. I got a blanket that was peed on. Like her dog had peed on it in the car on the way to the salon. And she gave it to me anyway. She's like, oh, he peed on it, but it'll wash out. I'm like, thank you. They still got a card. Thank you very much for the blanket, which it was like a Walmart $3 blanket. I said thank you and I threw it away. I don't want your dog's pee on blanket. Thank you. One of the best ones I've ever gotten, $500 cash. That was like, I was like, you made a mistake. And I handed her back the envelope. I was like, no, you made a mistake. And I'm like, and she's like, she opens it and she's like, no, hands it back. And I was like, oh, so yeah,
and we have and I don't know who it is because it just says Facebook user for me.
That's
who it is? Tommy? Yeah, and you know what? I'm really guilty of this one. Okay, so if someone says thank you, and then I'll say like no problem. All right. So yeah, I know that's something that I need to work on, but I'm guilty of that one. And Erin is got the solution brewing.
See,
So
told you.
because it's really nice and I like it,
Another customer gave me 5 cases of Dr. Pepper. It was glorious.
Okay. One of my clients well, she wasn't a professional baker. She could have been. All right. Oh, I'm dead to Tommy now. I will make sure I don't say no problem to you. Okay. How's that, Tommy?
I'm a big fan of people when people say thank you. Happy to help.
Okay. How about my pleasure? Is that one better, Tommy? Oh, so where was I? Tommy's got me all messed up because he said I was dead to him.
He did say that.
He did say that.
That was not nice.
We'll wait for a response. But anyway, so Angie, where was I?
One of your longtime clients.
Okay. She could have been a professional baker. That is how good her baked goods were. And she would give me a tin, okay, of some of the best damn cookies I've ever had in my life. If they made it to the next call, that would have been something. And literally, I would be calling her after every single cookie. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Did I tell you I love you?
I have a client like that. She's a grandma, though. She's not like a professional baker. Her cookies are, and everybody's like, oh, can I have one? And I'm like, I have one. It's what you get.
No, my husband never even saw them. Never. It would be the empty tin by the time I got home.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, I would eat all of the cookies. All the cookies.
Okay, so back in the day, if anyone remembers the Nextels.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're dating ourselves. So what the Nextel was basically a phone that was really a walkie-talkie. All right. So you could just click on it and you would talk, and instantaneously, it wasn't they had to pick up the phone, start talking. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with my Nextel, and I'm actually really sorry they don't have them anymore. But
Those were cool. Why don't they have those?
I don't know why they don't have them. But anyway, so I had this cat that I used to call the mountain lion. And anytime the cat would hiss, I would Nextel all my friends who don't groom cats. Okay. So that was fun. I had someone actually save me from getting a ticket because I was thinking about going through a red light and I didn't see the cop. And apparently a friend of mine was 2 cars back. And all of a sudden, you're not going through that red light, are you? And I hit the brakes.
Nope.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. And then the light changed and I saw the cop move out. And I'm like, yeah, I love you too. But I think the most fun thing is I got a box of really awesome chocolates from one of my clients. And I thought I was next telling a friend of mine. And instead, I was next telling my husband. And I'm like, oh my God, I just got like the best box of chocolates ever. I am not even, Ernesto's not even going to see these. And Ernesto's like, how good are those chocolates? And I'm like, oh crap. Too good for you. They're going to be gone by the time I get home. All right.
That's awesome.
So, okay. Now, Erin says to glue bobby pins or Velcro to the headband. Okay. So my question is, all right, you know what? I'm going to bring this to Pasadena. How's that, Erin?
Have her fix it up.
All right. And we
Bring
can
your
figure,
hot glue gun.
well, no, Erin's going to be local. She could bring all the things I need to fix it.
See, I told you Aaron would have the solution.
Okay. All right. So we got a deal, Erin. I'm going to bring it to, and for those who came on late, I got this awesome headband. I don't know, maybe those little hair combs, maybe that would work.
I have some that I was actually using for a craft. I'll send you. I literally have like 100 left over. I will send you like 20 of them.
Okay. And I'm assuming that's Tommy has a tool bag for Erin to use. Okay. All right.
Between us all, it's a community project.
It's a community thing. It's community. We have a problem. We need a solution, and we have a solution, so we're good. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll send those out to you this week.
Okay. I'll go, and I have probably glue. I have some sort of liquid glue in my house here.
Okay. I'll send you the clear ones. So
okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So Erin is agreeing with you. She thinks that probably the hair combs glued may work. Okay. So anyway, so the worst Christmas gift I got. Okay. I mean, I've gotten some like, but probably the worst was one of those little, if you go to like the drugstores and they sell the little gift baskets, it has like a little tray and some candies and stuff like that. They sell them like by the thousands in the holidays. Okay. So what I got was an opened one that had Happy in old candy. So old chocolate. You know, chocolate is so old when they have that white coating on it.
Yep.
UV glue. I have not heard of UV glue. What is UV glue?
I don't know.
I don't know. Guess what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to learn something, people. UV glue.
Tammy was the one, by the way, that came up with the hair combs idea.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you, Tammy. UV activated glue. Oh, look at that. They sell it on Amazon, Angie.
Oh, there you go. Pop it in the sanitizer.
It's a liquid that, and we got somebody on. Hold on. Look at that. Chris. Literally, as we're about to wrap it up.
She was there and then she was gone. She's back.
There you go. Okay. So, however, I think and to bring you a little bit up to speed, we're talking about this.
Okay.
Okay. And we have some ideas so to keep this so it won't like be top heavy and fall off my head. Okay. So we're utilizing the community. Okay. So the Happy in old chocolate that was probably sitting in this woman's closet for probably a couple of years, because I don't even think that was like last year's Christmas gift that we get. I mean, come on, we all get stupid stuff, all of us. Okay, there's stuff that ends up getting regifted to somebody else. When that person's ringing your doorbell, that you're like, oh hey. Nice to see you. Yeah, we just brought you a plate of cookies and stuff, and happy holidays. And I'll be like, you know what? I got you something too.
Okay, maybe it's just me and my husband being extra polite. But every year at Christmas, when we're doing Christmas shopping, we buy a minimum of 3 random things for just such an occasion. So you have it on hand. So if you were surprised, you like, oh, of course I got you something too. And you grab the spare gift out of the closet. He's working his way through Starbucks cocoa from last year. Because we picked up 3 or 4 just to have on hand, a big, nice canister. And if they don't use it, if you don't use it, you use it. If you don't give it, it's just
Yeah.
polite.
Okay, just in case gifts. But you know what? When I was an active mobile groomer, I had a bunch of those. Okay. Um, so Tommy has a
Amy
candle.
said,
Who's that?
Amy said she had a candle last year that still had the sticker from the last people on it.
All right.
So
So
they had given it to the gift giver, and then the gift giver gave it to Amy.
okay. I mean, whatever works. I had a client call me up in a panic because she had got me a really nice candle, and she goes, open it, please open it." And I open it up, and she goes, is it used?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Oh crap. That means I packed and sent a used candle to my mother-in-law." I tell them I really feel for you because I would never hear the end of that story. Never.
That's when you call her up and go, "Mom, I quality tested the candle for you. I know you're very particular about scents. So I wanted to make sure that the scent when it was lit was the same as the scent that you smelled and that it was okay. Because I didn't want
Or,
to give you an unknown quantity."
or I knew you would love this scent so much. I bought the demo candle. They
Was-
just lit it, and I said, "Stop! I need that for my mother-in-law."
It's
And
the
she blew
last
it out,
one.
and I bought it.
All right. You know what? Here's the thing. We should have a list of pre-made up excuses for when these things can happen because when it happens and your brain goes, just empties out, we should have little laminated in case of cards.
Yeah.
All right. So while we still have a couple minutes left, we're just going to go over a couple of things that are upcoming. All right. So if you haven't gotten Angie's book yet, hold on a second. I can just wheel right over here to grab the book. Hold on. Oh, I guess I'm mistaken.
Apparently she can't wheel right over.
Apparently not. Oh, wait. I knew it.
Night, Tommy.
There we go.
Yay.
And I got an autographed copy.
Huzzah.
With
Okay.
my rabbit.
Actually, and the book is really good. Now, I also want to make mention of the book. Okay. Do we see the print in this book? It is easy to read, people.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
That book is dedicated to my gram. My gram is 104. I wanted her to actually be able to read the book.
Yeah.
And that's why that print is that size.
Okay.
And she can. And she has read it. And she was like, oh.
Right. So on that note, for Angie, she also now has her level 2 certified rabbit groomer program up. And yeah, we know everybody is busy time of the year, but you know what? I think that certification class would make a really nice Christmas present, holiday present to your favorite groomer.
Mm.
Or you know
And then
what?
also, there's no time limit. It's not like if you buy it now, you have 6 weeks. Once you buy the class, you have access to it for forever. Because, say, a year from now, you have a rabbit come in and you're like, what did she say about this again? I don't remember. Oh, my book is at home. All right. Pull it up on your phone and go, that's what she said.
And for those who are wondering what was going on there, that's Pooh Bear.
He's like, "Why are you rolling me around, Mom?"
Yeah, he was sleeping and I woke him up.
Oh, yeah. That would
Oh,
definitely do it.
the trauma.
Okay. So, and then we have the Breed Grooming Summit, which is in January, which is the first live summit of the new year. And both Angie and Chris have classes in that.
Yep.
So very exciting.
Yes, very, very exciting. And I have a program up that, you know what, honestly and truly, it's like Create That Program Light, which will be offered until the beginning of the year. But it's called Workshop. And it is designed to help you create and put together a workshop. Includes an hour of my time. And I know both Angie and Chris have taken a version of that class with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how this whole thing started. And then I made my salon sanitation class and then got it PGC approved. And then I was speaking in Atlanta.
Yeah. And Teton.
Well, that last year it started with Atlanta,
Yeah.
and then so I was at the Hill going, "Oh, I'm not so sure I can do this." Mary said, "Sure you can." Shove. And then you know, I was writing a book, and I was at Hershey, and yeah, all the things.
Hey, Erin's got an upcoming topic, building your brand. That's a really good topic.
That is a
I like
really
that. Okay.
All right, lady, we are just about on the half hour. We will be back next week. Don't make yourself nuts over this holiday. Please take the time to enjoy it. And my lighted wreath and Christmas tree is up.
You're way ahead of me.
Yeah,
I
well,
still have
you
the Halloween decorations up, maybe.
okay, I will say the
I have
longest that my holidays stuff stayed up was almost to the point of just leaving it up for the following year. Is when my kids were little, and I think it was around April-ish by the time I actually took down the tree and it's an artificial and put away all the Christmas decorations. But there was a point there that I'm thinking, damn, it's April already. Why not leave it up for the till the following Christmas?
We did that once when I was a kid, and I didn't realize I got used to it. The lights were still there, so it was evening, and I turned on the outside porch lights because somebody was coming over, and my mom almost knocked me down to turn them off because she was embarrassed that the holiday lights were still up.
No, we just have a lighted wreath. Neither me or my husband is going to get up on any ladder to put up Christmas lights. Though my understanding is that I could hire somebody to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
They
that's
have
fine.
companies.
So my Gram leaves her Christmas tree up year round. She always wanted one of those fiberglass trees, like the filament trees that have the different
Yes.
filaments in it. So we all got together and we got her an 8-foot tree with the filament things and the changing of the colors, and it plays songs and it does all this. So every year, one of us would go down in January, take the tree down, pack it away. Somebody else would go in November, put the tree together. And she's like, I want it all the time. And so this was like 10 years ago. And we're like, and she's like, yeah, but nothing. I want it up all the time. Leave it alone. So it's in the parlor. And she said, I like to go and sit next to the tree whenever I miss you guys.
Okay. All right. And I have had clients who had their decorated tree and they very carefully lifted the decorated tree into the attic. And then come Christmas time, they carefully lowered the decorated tree out of the attic.
The salon tree gets carried down ever so carefully into the downstairs storage completely decorated, lights and everything. And then, like this year, day before Thanksgiving, carried it up the salon, plugged it in. Tree's done.
See, I actually liked decorating the tree. That was one of my favorite parts of the holidays. But that was when I was a kid and had time to do that. So,
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, the last
I've
one.
got to still get out, and that's a small tree. And okay, getting what you paid for. All right. So I went cheap. Okay. Tree was $44 from Walmart. It was a smaller tree and it had the flocking on it. I'm pretty sure that next year I'm going to go over and to my store nicer trees at Costco. I think I'm going to spend a little bit more money and get a way better tree that's not flocked.
that would be December 26th and 27th is when you get
Uh,
me a nicer tree.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
you can get an amazingly beautiful tree like Home Depot. The
Yeah.
tree they had last, it was probably 5 years ago. They had $179 tree marked down to $50. I
okay.
did not
So
need a
then,
tree, but
But
if had I needed one,
but you kind of have to go December 26th
you have to. Not kind of.
because
You have to.
because by the 28th
They're
they're all
gone.
gone. Because
okay.
this is not a secret.
Nope.
Okay. So, all right. So guess where I'll be on the 26th?
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Look now and see what trees you like. So that way, because Home Depot has them, Lowe's has them, Costco has them. So look at the trees you like, compare and contrast. So that way you know what you're looking for because they pretty much, if you go at opening, there will be at least one of every tree they have, but they won't be there for long. So it's kind of know what you're looking for.
Okay. Good to know. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. We'll figure that out next week.
Maybe building your brand.
Maybe building your brand.
Okay. We'll talk about building our brand. Thank you, Erin. Somebody remind us of that.
Erin,
Good night.
remind us.